So I'm going to step outside in a minute to show you how this pump works. But this pump by Rainbro is a 1/2 horsepower, 2,300 gallons per hour that it will pump out of your basement, your pool, whatever the situation is where you need to pump some water. So let's go outside and check how this thing works. So this right here is going to be somewhat of an unboxing of this Rainbro utility pump, water pump that I recently picked up from them. The thing I like about this, it's 1/2 of a horsepower. It also has 2,300 gallons per hour of water that it will remove if you're having a area that water needs to be pumped out, whether it's a basement or even if you're just trying to drain your pool. This thing will definitely get it done. And like I said, you have this connection right here that just screws in here. As you can see, it just screws in this port right here. And then you just attach your hose to this fitting here. A couple hoses as well. There's also a fitting for the next size up right here. So what I like about it is it's got the 10-foot hose and it's got at least 20 feet of extension cord. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this pump and we're going to stick it down in the water here in the bucket. And I'm going to show you just how fast it will remove the water out of that 5-gallon bucket there. Now, one thing about these pumps, they do not have an on-off switch. So as soon as you plug it in, it shuts right on. So if you're using this to drain water, one thing you don't want to do is allow the pump to run for a few minutes without it being in water, because you can damage the internal part. So make sure if you're going to turn this thing on, make sure you're ready to stick it in some water. So I'm going to plug this thing in and I'm going to drop it down here in the bucket. I'm going to show you exactly what this thing can do. If you listen, you can hear it running. Can you hear that? So we're going to set this down in here. As soon as I set it down, I'm going to watch this hose here. That's pretty amazing. Check that out. I mean, it's literally sucking all that water out. If you look down in here, you can see it. It is literally done. Didn't even take a minute. So as you can see, it didn't even take a minute to drain all the water that was in this bucket. So super convenient. This thing can be used for pools, for basements that are flooded, for any situation. I know people that have window wells and they fill it with water certain times of the year, so they can use something like this to drain out the water. So honestly, I think you guys will love this pump. So I'll make sure I link it down below. But again, you get at least 20 feet of cord, you get a 2,300 gallon per hour water pump, and you get 10 foot of garden hose with the coupler down here on the bottom, as you can see, where the hose is connected. And that coupler allows you to attach the hose directly or the next size up. So super impressed with this pump.